I mean, I hate to say it, but Peyton Manning starting to kind of look like Trent Dilfer did on that year they won the Super Bowl. Baltimore won that Super Bowl with that hellacious defense.
Let me say something about Peyton Manning since we brought him up.
That's your guy.
Yeah, I was just finna say
But for America, for those who do not know, as long as I've been knowing Joshua Nevels, he has loved Peyton Manning. He's respected Peyton Manning and his game. He's considered him one of the greatest of all time.
The
now
greatest.
You go.
The greatest.
The greatest.
But
excuse-moi. Greatest.
As this pertains to Peyton, I just want to take a little time to talk about Peyton. And
I just wanted to preface your comments before you go.
His career, because the question was, I did kind of tally off and went on a tangent. The question was my reaction. My reaction after all of that stuff was Peyton Manning and him getting this victory for the Broncos. I'm not going to say they won because of Peyton Manning. That clearly didn't happen. But he did play his role in the victory because, as I stated, a lot of the experts and the analysts on ESPN, NFL Network, what have you, they were questioning Peyton Manning and would he be able to make plays with his arm. All year, the past couple of years, actually, you've been hearing where his arm strength is declining, which it has. And he's been the reason why this team has struggled this year. There were people calling for Brock Osweiler should be starting in the playoffs, which I thought was just disrespectful. But Peyton, I think Peyton is proving a lot of people wrong right now. And I hate to say it, a lot of people don't like to be wrong, but I think that he struggled a little bit in the beginning of the year. A lot of people don't know he came into the year injured. He's been battling the plantar fascia since, I don't know, his father said for months before the season. So he came into the season injured. He played the end of last season injured with a quad injury, and you could see it down the stretch, especially in that playoff game when he lost to the Colts. Came back injured with a plantar fascia. He had 9 touchdowns, 17 interceptions, and people were like, he's done. He's done. He can't play no more. He's washed up. Put Brock in and live with the results. But people didn't take into account, 1, he was injured. 2, he was playing in a new offensive system that didn't necessarily play to his strengths, which was winning the chess game at the line of scrimmage. We know his arm was weak, but to be honest, Peyton Manning was never known for having a strong arm. I mean, obviously his arm when he was younger was a lot stronger than it is now, but he was never known for having a rocket arm. He was always known for beating you with his mind, beating you at the line of scrimmage. And so the people who was looking at the 9 touchdowns, 17 interceptions, a lot of that had to do with injury and just being uncomfortable with a system you've never played in before under Gary Kubiak. Quarterbacks have to be in rhythm. I spoke about that a few episodes ago when we were first starting out this show, and I was talking about quarterbacks needing to be in rhythm. Peyton Manning was always, up-tempo, throwing the ball 30, 40 times a game. Now you got Gary Kubiak who wants to be more balanced. You're not throwing it as often as you would like. You're not in rhythm. And then you're making mistakes. And then guess what happens after that? You start trying to do too much. So
hey, wait a minute. I hear you.
You hear me.
But I'm making sure I'm hearing you correct.
Well,
are you saying
let
that?
me know how you feel, my brother.
Okay, are you saying that because it sounds like you're bringing up a whole nother topic here.
Which would be,
I understand Peyton was hurt.
Which would be?
But are you saying that Gary Kubiak is a liability to Peyton Manning?
No, that's not the case I'm trying to make.
Oh, okay.
The case I'm trying to make is in my reaction towards Peyton Manning and why I feel so elated for him at this point is because people have been trying to bury him since the end of last season, saying he couldn't play the game of football anymore and he should just, for lack of better terms, hang it up because you're done. You can't do it no more. You're just being stubborn. You're just being ignorant. You're putting yourself at health risk. You're hurting the Broncos organization. You're holding them hostage. Quit, man. You're through. You're through. And I'm saying they didn't take the time to look at what was really going on and looking into the root of the struggles. Yeah, some of it has to do with age. Of course, like I said, his arm strength was never the same. But if you think about it, Peyton Manning was never really known for having arm strength anyway. And I know what
No,
they're
he
talking
never-
about. They're talking about him being able to stretch you down the field.
I mean, earlier in his years, he could get it out a little bit, but he's never been around.
Yeah. That's what I'm trying to say. So they were using that as an excuse to say to to warrant their argument of Peyton being finished. And I'm looking at that, and I'm putting all of this together, and I'm saying he's not finished. Especially after the Kansas City game, it just behooved me how many people still wouldn't give him credit for driving them back in week 2 when they were down and they were trying to run the football and they couldn't.
I remember that.
Which is another point. I ain't going to talk about how bad his offensive line is because they did play pretty well today. He was
A
sacked.
little bit.
Yeah, but they still got work to do.
Played slightly better than New England.
Yeah.
Slightly better.
So, but I'm not going to harp on them. But they got down, I don't know, what was it, 14 or 17 or nothing in that game? And at the second quarter, Gary Kubiak said, okay, man, go to the shotgun, do your thing. They got back in the game. It's I forget what it was, but he goes on a game-winning drive, running his offense once again. They win that game. And then, because I'm watching the internet and people are laughing at Peyton. He's thrown another pick six, ha, 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 hang it up. They got people out there tweeting this and saying this, people with credibility, people with media credibility saying this stuff. And then he goes on the touchdown. He drives them down the field to win the game. The internet is silent. Nobody says anything. And so, back to the point of what I'm saying is, you should never write off a great player because part of being great is the intangible stuff, the stuff you can't see, the leadership, the experience, the competitive will to win. And Peyton Manning has all of that. So all the people out there who thought Peyton Manning was through, shame on you.